Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bipolar Opposites, the show about news and wellness. Possibly the only one like it. My name is Timothy Andrew Antonio Coven, and I shall be your host and guide for how long you want to watch it. But I think that if you watch the whole show, you'll like it. And I know you cheaters on Twitter just look at hashtags and view only one clip or one that's intriguing and nothing else. Well, shame on you. Watch the rest of the goddamn show. It isn't that long. But, in all seriousness, thanks to my regular viewers. I don't know how y'all found me, but you found me and are watching me, so I send you my gratitude. Now, let's talk about me for a little bit. I generally go by the name Tim, but Timothy's also acceptable. Now, call me Timmy at your own peril. My grandma deserved that right, and else be punched in the face. Kidding. Mostly. Seriously, spending 3 years in the office full of people calling me Timmy? Y'all were lucky I needed the job. Let's talk about that job a little bit. I worked at Test America for 3 years. I worked my ass off. I did everything I was asked of, when, how, and exactly what I was told. I wrote procedures with them, coming back the next day. Now, my main job anyway was Hey Person Mall. Yes, I was the guy who wanted them all, trying to invite people into go into my office so they could take a compensating survey. I had my good days and my bad days recruiting. Some people were intrigued, some said they didn't have time, some ignored me, and some were complete jackasses to me. Particularly one guy said things I don't really feel like recalling or sharing on this show. It was just that bad. So why did I lose this job? A clause in the hiring paperwork involved asking people with a mental illness, I prefer mental challenge, to disclose it before starting the job, which I'm not missing. So, of course, me being bipolar slipped out, and they agreed to fire me, which they did, all because I have a disorder, which, unfortunately, is legal. So yeah, if you start a job, make sure they know if you have any kind of health challenge, and don't end up like me. Alright, let's go back a little. I was diagnosed as bipolar when I was 14 years old. Fact. It was previously believed the disorder would only manifest in adults. So my diagnosis was a slight surprise being so young, but now as an adult I wish to reach out to any of my young viewers. So if you're mentally or physically challenged, embrace it. You're not a freak, you're not a loser, you're better than people because you feel different, and the people who will make fun of you or insult you are jackasses and don't see the world the same way than us, as a better place. I know, I've been there. And you want to know how smart I am? I have a college bachelor's degree in English journalism. Despite being teased, bullied, and insulted, I graduated college. And the kids who insulted me grew up in a shitty life that gets them nowhere, but we can rise above it as a phoenix. My neighbors, who thought of me as a village freak, said I'd never make anything of myself, thinking I wouldn't last 2 weeks in college. Well, I didn't. I survived 3 years. Granted, it took me 10 years before I got my degree, but those assholes in my neighborhood and my dad's wife had to eat their words because I never gave up, so neither should you have to either. Okay, you can figure where the bipolar part comes in the show's title. The opposites part is because in the news stories we'll be examining from multiple sides as possible. You know, there's so much more I could say to make an introduction more explanatory, but this is just taking too long, so I'm going to have to stop here and move on to clip 2. You coming?